Washington, it's Husky Stadium. Big Ten play starts as these two teams get set to square off and start the conference race. It's the Minnesota Golden Gophers and the Washington Huskies. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to our friend Holly Rowe on the sideline.
I caught up with the Washington head coach before the game. This is what he had hoped for and is excited that it is playing out right before our very eyes. Bringing this running back in the transfer portal, he knew that he could be someone to make an impact, but he didn't know how much. And here he is, highly productive, really starting to lean on that offensive line and gain some chemistry with the other guys on the team. We're seeing this offense come alive, and they've got to do it again here today. I'll keep you posted on how things start here in the game in the first quarter and how this chemistry is showing up big time for this team. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. So Minnesota's offense as they take control of the football first. And here's the guy they want to feed, this senior running back. Churned out more than 150 yards and found pay dirt a couple of times in their victory last game. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Now on the option. Keeps it on first down. He couldn't get it to the corner as this defense opening things up with a big play.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that rep.
Rumbles up to the 27 before going out of bounds, and the running game gets it done there. The Golden Gophers are facing third and inches. On the option. Keeps it himself. Still running at the 40. Wide open spaces. At the 20. Touchdown, Golden Gophers! Great job by the back on the option.
And as a coach, you're just hoping your offense can take the field on the first series of the game and create a little bit of momentum, get into a rhythm. How about that running play? Hitting a home run early in this game. You know that's got the sidelines all juiced up.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And he capped it off with some swag and some speed with a 73-yarder for the score. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Huskies offense coming onto the field, and we'll get our first look at them in this one. And when these two guys are in sync the way they were a week ago, just a nightmare. It's a performance they hope they can repeat this week, Jesse.
And I think a big key in that last game was they linked up a couple times early, had some big plays, and then after that, David, it didn't seem like the quarterback was looking anywhere else. They're going to try and establish that connection and that rhythm early in this one.
And defensively, where is the big fella?
Oh, he's got some space. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. Really nice job to move the ball on the ground like that in the big game, but we will need to check on an injured player. That is their freshman offensive lineman, and boy, they hope this isn't too serious. Holly Rowe will keep an eye on that. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Play fake, Williams. Pocket breaking down. Got his man downfield. Loose in the middle. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Huskies. That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
If you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
The extra point here would tie the game. And they tacked on the extra point. What a display of explosive capabilities on that drive. 75 yards, 2 plays, and a touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. He's got great speed. Knocked out of bounds at the 43, but an outstanding return there. The Golden Gophers will start this drive. The offense looks ready to roll. Man, what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. Goes to the option. The option, he'll keep it. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. The margin for error so small in a conference like this, and in Big Ten play, really imperative to get off to a good start.
You really focus on all offseason getting off to such a great start, right? Start fast, win our conference. Well, this is step 1, and so
There's a crease. They'll make the tackle, but not before he's got enough to move the sticks and has this defense's head spinning with the option.
And that's exactly how you draw it up. And that's why the option's so hard to stop. QB, man, draw the defense in. Look at me. I'm the first option. Bam. Next thing you know, he pitches it, gets a positive gain down the field.
And the Golden Gophers have it with a 1st and 10. Motion from the back. They'll get him on the ground after a pickup of 3 to the 28.
You know, I know that wasn't a big gainer, but that's going to set some stuff up later for this offense. Trying to run the football and get it established is huge because play-action pass is a big part of what they try to do when they're throwing the ball.
Oh, he was in the backfield immediately, a 3-yard loss. Can you even imagine trying to operate in the midst of this purple rain on 3rd down? The option look. He'll keep it again on the option. Will not get close. Tackled at the 28-yard line. It's 4th down. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. The Gophers will take their first time out. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. Field goal unit's not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th and long. On the option. He'll pull it on the read. Turning it on. Touchdown, Minnesota. How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
The running back is going to get the long touchdown run on the stats, but the option was run beautifully. How about the timing down the line of scrimmage? A perfect pitch, and the running back takes it and does the rest. That's why this offense is hard to stop. So many options on so many plays.
On to attempt the try. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. That drive covered 57 yards for the touchdown. And he finished it with a scintillating 28-yarder to the house. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. Williams missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage, but you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen and get the tackle for a loss.
Had it right in his hands in the middle of the field, and it trickled to the ground. It'll be 4th down. Washington sends out the punt team. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes the field to get this drive underway. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. First play of this drive comes from the 27. On the option. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain.
And this defense has to be so disciplined. Like, you just got to understand, I can't all go for the quarterback. And too much attention on the quarterback. We didn't play the pitch really well. That's why this offense is really hard to stop.
He'll toss it. And he had no option on that one. Defense ready for anything, and they stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Playing the option, man, consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those 10.
Maybe a crease.
That's exactly what you want to do against the option. You want that thing to string along out wide so you get more bodies to the football. Nice job playing the first option, the quarterback. They've set the pitch out wide. Guess what? Ready for that too. They tackle him, and they get him on the ground.
They'll run the option. He'll try to get to the marker himself. He goes out of bounds right at midfield.
And you kind of thought in that situation QB might keep it, but makes the right read. Gets it to the pitch man, and what does he do? Gets downhill. Get downhill and get that first down. New set of downs. Nice execution on the option by this offense.
They'll run the option. Rides the option, he keeps it. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Here comes the option. Pulls it on the option. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. That's going to do it for the quarter, and Minnesota has the lead here as we get a look at the numbers so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. Now on the option. He'll pitch it. Might have a chance. And he's knocked down, but not before he picks up enough for the first down. An explosive play in the running game. Moves the sticks for the first down, but there is an injured player on the field. The freshman safety still down on the field as he's being attended to by the medical personnel. The Golden Gophers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. On the option. He'll toss it. And he's swallowed up immediately, stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Goes to the option. Quick toss. Breaks into the open. They finally knock him down. What a great pitch and run on the option.
Well, this is an offense that has a lot of speed, and they have different guys they would love to get the football to in space, and they can find a lot of different ways to do that. I love the idea of going option here and trusting your quarterback to make the right read. If no one accounts for the pitch man, he's going to get it to the outside, and you see the speed on the perimeter. Really clever play call that time by the O coordinator.
The option look. He'll pitch it. Beck's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Golden Gophers! Excellent pass by the back on the option. That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. So it's a 73-yard touchdown drive. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Williams on the play fake. Looking to the big tight end. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
You know, this tight end's a weapon in the passing game. He runs good routes, normally has good hands, but didn't have them there.
They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. Here's Williams to throw. Fires to the tight end. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down.
Well, this team found themselves in a hole really quickly. Good things need to start happening, and they got to happen now. There's a big play that the offense desperately needed. A big pitch and catch. That's going to give them some confidence. That hopefully shifts the momentum there.
Maybe some room here. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. The Huskies in a good spot here with 2nd and short. D looks as if they're about to bring the heat. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. Now it looks as if we have an injured Golden Gopher on the play. While they have a look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. And the Huskies have this offense rolling. Play action with Williams. Got it in the middle, it's Williams. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down. Big play on the catch. It'll be enough to move the chains, but there is a man still down on the field. That is the junior tight end who they are taking a look at, and we'll have Holly Rowe check on his situation. Washington coming to the line with another 1st down. On the move. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Washington! And they take it in for 6 more points.
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal and understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. They put together an 81-yard drive, and what a way to finish it off with a 21-yard touchdown run. No chance for a return as that ball flies out of the back of the end zone. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop you running it, why would you stop handing it off? Just keep at it here on this drive.
Well, and if I'm the defense, I'm making some changes. I'm bringing in more big bodies. I'm playing more aggressive towards the line of scrimmage. I am not going to let them have that kind of drive again.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. On the option. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. You can feel and hear the purple rain all the way across Lake Washington. 3rd down coming. Keeps it himself. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1.
I have absolutely no problem with that call. 3rd and long, passing defense on the field. They sneak the option, and QB makes...
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. On the option. Quarterback on the keeper. Finding some room. The 40. The 30. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Minnesota! Great job by the back on the option. His 3rd touchdown of the game. That's almost half of his total as he now has 7 on the year.
David, this guy's showing us everything he's got in his toolbox. Between the tackles, running outside, the elusiveness, the vision, the speed, the patience, and with that home run, now has over 200 yards rushing in this game.
And there's nothing more frustrating than a guy that just keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He keeps making big plays. This defense has had absolutely no answer for that stud.
PAT unit on the field. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And he knows how to finish in style, a 66-yarder to the house.
Number 42, set to kick this one away.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Washington. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They'll run the option. And maybe a wise move not to even try the pitch as he's knocked down in the backfield. Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. Fires to the big fella. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the 3rd down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
It'll be 3rd and long. Defense showing blitz, trying to rattle this quarterback. Lined up in the gun, Williams on 3rd down. Timeout taken by Minnesota, that's their 2nd. And now everybody chiming in to figure out how to play this 4th down. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. 2nd time today they've been forced to punt. Oh, that punt has been cleared for takeoff. Look at it go. Now on the return. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. They'll run the option. Now the pitch. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
Well, this defense knew coming into the game they were going to see the option, and they didn't know exactly how it was going to look specifically. They've seen it a few times early in this game. They've given up some yards, but it looks like they're clamping down on it.
Could be an alley. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Here comes the option. The option, the keeper. There he goes. Got enough for the 1st. They bring him down. The option run to perfection, and it will move the chains.
Busting big runs like this is a total team effort. Obviously, the back has to find the hole, but you got to have everybody around them doing their job to make it a good play call.
And everybody around them doesn't just mean the offensive line. The receivers getting their blocks downfield is a big deal, too.
It's a huge deal. We always talk about them catching passes, but blocking is so important for their responsibilities.
He'll keep it himself. Gives it on the option. Got 6 yards on the play, 2nd and 4 coming.
This offense is just like Novocaine. Like, just give it time. It just keeps working. It's a slow death, right? Like, they continue to just chip away. Nice first down play. Nice read. Get it to the pitch man. Sets up a great second down opportunity.
Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. And the Golden Gophers come to the line with a new set of downs. Now on the option. Now the toss. He is run out of bounds right at the 10-yard line.
You can tell, man, really made a point for this offense to run the football, to be physical and defensively. Already getting behind in this football game, not stopping the run on this drive. They've got to get more aggressive. They've got to get more physical on that line of scrimmage.
Quarterback keep. Now the toss. Touchdown, Golden Gophers! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they split the uprights on the extra point. They're up 35-14. A 67-yard touchdown drive there. And the capper on that drive, the 10-yard touchdown run. Coming out with it, it's Washington. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see how they handle it. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Picked up a few on that run, but this defense able to keep him contained here late in the half. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, welcome into the EA Sports College Football Update Show, the Week 4 edition. So let's dive right in. We begin with Oklahoma in their matchup against the number 2 team, the Georgia Bulldogs. And it's the Sooners coming away with a blowout victory in what looks like a major upset. Expect major changes in the polls this week. And it brings them to a sparkling 4-0 on the year. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now. Now back over to your game inside Husky Stadium. This running back is enjoying one very productive day. He's the bell cow for this team. They are not afraid to give him the ball, and he's a big reason why they're 2 quarters from a win. And with that, let's head back to the gorgeous Pacific Northwest and the fellas at UW.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. The Golden Gophers will kick it away to crank up the second half. Bringing it back. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. What do you got on the sideline, Holly?
Washington's head coach told me coming out of the locker room, they have found some positives here during this 3-game win streak. But right now, trailing in this game, their backs are against the wall. They get an opportunity here to start the 3rd quarter with some more momentum. And he said, we can't worry about the win streak. We just have to worry about doing our job. Back to you.
Howie, thank you.
Well, there was really nowhere to go for the quarterback with that football. He's just trying to check it down to his running back, and the defense was there, and they made the play.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Williams. Hit as he throws. Caught over the middle. It's Moss. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. Part of the DNA of the Washington offense has been a guy who can get it done with his arm.
And just finding a guy that makes everybody around you better.
Here's a little room there. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield. Not much can impose your will on a defense like popping a big run.
Especially when they know you're going to run it, right? This offense right now is just more physical. They're more physical up front in the trenches, and this running back and his ability to break tackles, that is just so demoralizing for this defense.
Last couple of plays, the offense seems to be just one step ahead, David.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to do something to disrupt the timing, the rhythm. I got to do something that they're not expecting, because right now they got the run and they got the pass working. So this defense, we have to find something new to kind of confuse this offense.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Fires to the wideout. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him, getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple games.
Throws to the wideout. Complete in the middle. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. Out of the gun, the inside give. Works his way ahead for about 3 yards, stopped at the 23. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Throwing, Williams. Got him downfield. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
And obviously trailing in this football game now in the second half, this is exactly what they talked about at halftime. We've got to create some explosive plays in the passing game. They're going to need a lot of this, and the defense is fully aware that they're going to throw the football. But that's a great start to this second half.
And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
You know, and that's why this guy can play first, second, and third down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. And they're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it.
Touchdown, Huskies! A great catch and run for 6. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. I mean, sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
Getting set for the point after.
Power for the extra point.
And the extra point is good, but they still trail 35-21. So a scoring drive there of 83 yards. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. And he's going to bring it out. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. The Golden Gophers will start this drive. The offense looks ready to roll. They come out for the first time in this second half. The lead a little smaller than when they went to the locker room, and they'll try to answer here. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. On the option. Keeps it on the option. Powers through the defender. Gets it across the 25. He'll step out at the 26 as this offense tries to grind out some yardage. Can you even imagine trying to operate in the midst of this purple rain on third down? Goes to the option. Now the pitch. He's wrestled to the ground. They ran the option beautifully, and they pick up the first down.
And, man, this is more of the same for this dude toting the pill. Like, they keep giving it to him, and he keeps producing. Another chunk play. Like, I don't expect that they'll change much to do with this offense because every time they give it to him, he's chewing up some yards, and good things are happening.
The option look. And he stopped right there. No gain on the play.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football.
There's some room. Makes it past the marker. They'll make the tackle, but not before he's got enough to move the sticks and has this defense's head spinning with the option. And the Golden Gophers are moving quickly down the field. On the option. Pulls it on the option. Not this time. After finding running room on the previous play, nowhere to go this time around as the defense rises up. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. On the option. Creates a little room. Oh, he's got some space. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Personal foul.
Well, that was an easy one for the officials. You can't grab a face mask like that, and it costs the defense a first down. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. They'll run the option. Dropped after a pickup of 4 down to the 16.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
Headed into the final period, both of these backs have been strong so far and looking to be able to finish. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. They'll run the option. He'll keep it on 2nd down. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
Well, this guy has had a day to remember, putting up outstanding numbers in this one, and he is still piling on in the 4th quarter, breaking off some beautiful runs. This defense has not had an answer for him all game long.
A great chance to put this game away with a score here on 1st and goal. He's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Minnesota! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They extend the lead here in the 4th, and after stumbling early, about to push their record to 3-1. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th.
Washington, 21.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Washington offense to start this possession. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. The Huskies can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Pushes ahead for a couple, they'll mark it at the 33. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. Williams makes the grab. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Washington wants to go quickly.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You got to start taking shots vertically down the field, throwing to your best players.
Finds his big tight end. He's brought down, stopped right at the 50-yard line. And the Huskies will line it up on 1st and 10.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. And yeah, they're trailing here in the 4th quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
Man coverage, when they get up in your face and they make things hard, you want to be able to attack the whole field and get them leaning one direction and then break outside like you did there. Nice out-route connection, nice chemistry between quarterback and wide receiver.
Here's Williams to throw. Over the middle, it's Williams. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. Defense showing blitz. Will they bail out of it? The keeper on the option. They get him corralled, but he carries it all the way down to the 7-yard line. Washington comes to the line with a 1st and goal. Williams will pass. Got rid of it just in time. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. And after that last play, there is a Husky who has yet to get up. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to fire. He wants it all. Touchdown, Huskies. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these 2 guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these 2 guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
And he makes the extra point. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
Well, here in the 4th quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Holly Rowe has an update.
Here on the Minnesota sideline, there is a lot of excitement because this offense is outperforming a much higher-ranked team defensively. They know they've got an opportunity in this.
Turning it on. Picks up the first down. And he's knocked down, but not before he picks up enough for the first down. Washington stops the clock and uses its first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. They'll snap it from the 30 on first down. Here comes the option. The pitch. They'll make the stop, but he gets 4 on the play. Ball's at the 25. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. That would be a devastating blow to their running attack if he can't shake this off. We'll check on his status as soon as we can. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Now on the option. Pulls it on the option. Got a little grass. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Golden Gophers! Excellent pass by the back on the option. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
Way to make a split-second decision by that quarterback. He sees the defender commit. Boom. Pitch the ball. Not only pitch the ball, on target. So now the running back can catch it. He didn't have to reach behind him. He didn't have to reach in front of him. Caught it. He did the rest. Turned on the Jets. Got to the house.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. And after that last play, there is a Husky who has yet to get up. That is the freshman defensive end that they're very excited about. They're hoping that he's able to return to the game shortly. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. Makes a move. Just a tremendous return. Great run, great speed and vision to really set up this offense. He almost got totally loose on that one. Williams. Snagged out of the air. Running wide open down the gut of the field. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Husky.
And these slants are so hard to defend when the ball's thrown like that. The receiver catches it, and he's catching it going so fast, and you could tell the defense couldn't quite get the right angles, and he does the rest, uses his speed, gets all the way to the end zone.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. Minnesota's offense takes the field to get this drive underway. This second half hasn't been nearly as productive offensively as the first half. As a result, that big lead is no longer so big, and they need to get something going right now. On the option, he'll toss it. Got enough for the first. There he goes to the left. Touchdown, Minnesota! Great job by the back on the option. They've built a little cushion and now closer to getting a victory here in Week 4.
And with that throw, man, you've got to look at this 2-game run for this team. Like, to be able to do it in back-to-back weeks against ranked opponents, guys that you know, this is going to be a resume builder, a confidence builder for this squad. Impressed with the way this offense has handled their situation. The QB has handled some difficult moments, but Palmer, back-to-back weeks against ranked opponents, that's pretty impressive.
Big for his confidence as a player. I think big for the offensive coordinator and the head coach and their confidence in him as well, because you're right. You beat 2 top 25 teams in 2 straight weeks, in large part because of the way he's played. As a quarterback now, you're earning more throws for the next game and more touchdown pass opportunities because everybody trusts you and believes in you to handle the big moment against good opponents.
56, Washington, 35.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Huskies offense out there and ready to go. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, that you're talking about.
Had to start that slide a little early, and he'll be short of the first down. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Third down from the gun, Williams. Makes a connection. Timeout called by the Huskies. That's their second. And with the clock stopped, they can get their thoughts together to call this play after picking up the first. Washington coming to the line with another first down. Throwing, Williams. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Williams looking for a man. Back open in the middle.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep fighting. I think that's what you want to see. You want to see your squad not quit. Keep fighting until the very end of the football game.
Working their way closer and closer, a third down conversion, and they've got it at the 26.
That is what I'm talking about. So many guys lose where they're at on the...
A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Husky. Along the sideline, got it in the end zone.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Lining up to add another.
Is on for the extra point.
Right down the middle. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And they finished the deal with a 26-yard touchdown pass. They'd hoped to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
And you're just waiting for that right bounce, that right skip for that ball to get 10 yards to try to make something happen and make a miracle come to fruition. And, Palmer, it's not going to happen. The defense's hands team, they were ready. They were done.
Breaks into the open. Got enough for the first. Touchdown, Golden Gophers! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? They extend the lead here in the fourth, and after stumbling early, about to push their record to 3-1.
Man, defenses have to play responsibility football, and you could tell they had the quarterback, but how about the running back? They didn't even play it off the pitch, and he takes full advantage. They constantly put this kind of stress on you with this option, and the defense, they were not where they were supposed to be, and they give up the explosive touchdown.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth.
Minnesota 63, Washington 42.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. This offense has pretty much been stuck in the mud the entire game. It's been a frustrating performance, Jesse.
Yeah, listen, you can't be hanging your head just yet. This game's not over, and this coaching staff is still evaluating their players. So if you're on the field right now, you've got to finish this game. You've got to try to prove something to them.
Well, the game is over, to be clear. They're not coming back. But I hear what you're saying. Keep fighting. Keep showing your coaches it matters. And maybe find something positive here late that you can build on for the weeks to come.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. Williams fires to the middle. He makes a catch. Love to see these 3rd down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line. And they'll get to the line and spike it to stop the clock. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Williams will pass. Just a short pass to the tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. It's a lost cause, but they keep fighting. Got his man. That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here. With yet another unranked team taking down a ranked opponent, does a portal help level this out a little bit where it's really difficult to know which team should be ranked in the first place?
think the portal certainly helps. At the end of the day, though, they just wanted it more today, and that win is going to help recruiting. It's going to help their confidence moving forward. I know this, David, every team on the rest of their schedule, they're now taking account notice of this team. And
I completely agree. Like, you start to build momentum, and then momentum helps you find more guys in the portal and helps high school recruiting. So big ranked win today. And hey, who knows, maybe this gets them in the rankings in the near future.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.